UK's immigration shake-up. What's really changing? That's not just a trending headline. It's a genuine question millions are asking right now. With immigration making front-page news again, the UK government's new white paper has landed like a policy earthquake, promising to reduce numbers, tighten rules, and restore control. It's the biggest revamp in years. But who's really affected? Are skilled migrants being locked out? Are students getting squeezed? Is Britain becoming a fortress, or just trying to fix a broken system? Stick around. We're unpacking the facts, breaking the jargon, and helping you understand exactly what's changing and why it matters. It's important to note that while these proposals have been announced, they may be subject to further legislative processes and consultations before implementation. What is the 2025 Immigration White Paper? In May 2025, the UK government under Prime Minister Keir Starmer unveiled a sweeping new immigration white paper titled Restoring Control over the Immigration System. The goal? To bring net migration down and create what they call a high-wage, high-skill economy by overhauling immigration pathways. According to the official release on gov.uk, the changes will span work, student, family, and settlement routes. The document acknowledges the role immigration plays in the economy, but insists on the need for a system that prioritises UK workers and manages demographic pressures. It's the most comprehensive reform since the post-Brexit points-based system launched in 2020, and it's raising questions across sectors: education, healthcare, and business alike. Major overhaul: the new work visa rules. 1. Stricter salary thresholds. Previously, foreign workers could secure a skilled worker visa with an offer paying around £26,200 a year. Not anymore. As of 2025, that threshold jumps to £38,700, a massive leap. Why the hike? The government argues it will reduce dependency on migrant labour and push companies to hire British workers. But critics warn this could price out essential roles, especially in sectors like logistics, retail, and health. Some economists argue the shift may benefit wage growth in theory, but in practice, it could lead to major staffing gaps in already struggling industries. 2. End of the social care visa route. The UK had previously welcomed thousands of social care workers from abroad, especially during the pandemic. But starting June 2025, this visa route is being scrapped. Why? Ministers claim they want to invest in training homegrown talent. But with social care already short of nearly 160,000 workers, many fear this will exacerbate an already critical shortage. The sector is sounding alarm bells, warning that care quality and service delivery may suffer unless urgent alternatives are introduced. 3. Shortage occupation list replaced. The familiar shortage occupation list, which allowed employers to pay foreign workers slightly less in critical sectors, will be replaced with a temporary shortage list. This list will supposedly align better with long-term UK workforce strategies. But as of now, the criteria for inclusion remain vague. So what does this mean in practice? Many businesses are confused and worried. Student visas. No longer a golden ticket? Studying in the UK has long been a top goal for international students, but these new rules are reshaping that dream. 1. Post-study work cut down. International graduates previously had 2 years to stay and work after finishing their degree. That's now reduced to 18 months, creating a tighter window for job hunting and career establishment. For students eyeing the UK as a gateway to long-term opportunities, this change makes the journey a bit riskier and a lot more rushed. 2. Tuition tax for universities. The government has also proposed a 6% levy on tuition fee income from international students in England. Universities fear this will lead to higher fees, reduced scholarships, and a potential dip in global competitiveness. Add to that the existing funding pressures and inflation, and many institutions are questioning whether they'll remain attractive to global applicants. 3. Tougher language requirements. Not only must students meet stricter English requirements, but their adult dependents must now pass language tests as well, something not previously enforced. These moves signal a shift in tone, from welcoming global talent to tightening the gate. Settlement and citizenship. Harder to call the UK home. The road to permanent residency just got longer. 1. ILR time doubled. The waiting period for indefinite leave to remain, ILR, has jumped from 5 to 10 years for most applicants. That's a significant shift for anyone hoping to build a long-term life in the UK. 2. A new points-based ILR system. A brand new points-based framework will soon decide who qualifies for permanent status. It will assess employment consistency, community integration, lawful residence, public service, like volunteering. It's similar to systems in places like Canada or Australia, but with less clarity for now. The government insists this will reward good citizens, but critics argue it creates more bureaucracy for people already contributing meaningfully. Deportation and enforcement, a harder line. Here's where things get serious and controversial. 1. Faster deportations. The government now reserves the right to deport individuals convicted of even minor crimes. That includes offences previously deemed too trivial for deportation under older rules. This includes offences such as shoplifting or low-level drug possession, which some argue are not proportionate grounds for deportation, especially for long-term residents. 2. Less room for appeal. The courts will also have less discretion to overturn deportation orders. Critics argue this could lead to unjust removals, especially for long-term residents with deep community ties. It's a big change in the balance between justice and immigration control, and one that's already raising eyebrows in human rights circles. Family migration, love faces. Legal limits. Family-based migration hasn't escaped reform either. The new white paper proposes that UK law should reinterpret how Article 8 of the European Convention on Human Rights, the right to family life, applies in immigration cases. In short, the government wants more power to remove people, even if it separates them from loved ones. They argue this is necessary to prevent abuse of family reunification pathways, but critics see it as overreach. The new framework is expected to face legal challenges, especially in cases involving young children and spouses. Net migration targets. Can the UK hit them? Right now, the UK's net migration is over 600,000 annually. The government hopes to slash that by 100,000 per year, aiming for around 300,000 by 2029. Ambitious? Definitely. But critics from the Office for Budget Responsibility and Migration Observatory say the policies might not work as planned. Why? Employers may struggle to recruit, especially in low-wage sectors. Student numbers may fall, impacting university finances. Border enforcement is expensive and legally complex. So will these rules actually cut migration or just create new problems? What about the economy? Here's the twist. Migrants have historically boosted the UK economy, according to research by the University of Oxford's Migration Observatory. Migrants contribute more in taxes than they receive in benefits. They fill critical roles in health, social care, and hospitality. They help fuel innovation, especially in tech and medicine. By restricting these pathways, experts warn, the UK may undermine growth, particularly at a time when the economy needs workers. Even the Confederation of British Industry, CBI, cautioned that labour shortages will worsen without targeted migration. So, is the UK tightening the tap too much? The global talent question. Not all the news is restrictive. The white paper also commits to expanding the global talent visa to attract top minds in artificial intelligence, engineering, cybersecurity, green tech. This is the UK's attempt to remain globally competitive. But will high-skilled migrants still want to come, given the new barriers elsewhere in the system? With the United States, Canada, and Australia offering more welcoming environments, the UK may find itself losing the global talent war unless it balances restriction with opportunity. So, what's the big picture? The key word in this reform is control. The government wants to reduce overall numbers, shift focus to high-skill migration, empower domestic workers, limit legal loopholes. But here's the paradox. While the white paper tightens entry routes, the UK economy is still reliant on migrant labour. From NHS nurses to tech engineers and care workers, immigrants remain essential. The risk? A brain drain, labour shortages, and potential backlash from universities, employers and communities alike. The UK Immigration White Paper signals a bold shift toward a more restrictive and domestically focused system. Whether it delivers stability or chaos remains to be seen. Thanks for sticking with us. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment and hit that like button. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.